In 1925, a con artist convinced a group of wealthy businessmen that the Eiffel Tower was about to be demolished. One businessman believed him and paid the equivalent of hundreds of thousands of dollars for the right to buy the entire structure as scrap metal. The deal was completely fake. The documents were fake. The government officials were fake. The sale was fake. Yet somehow the victim never reported the crime. Why? Because the man behind the scam understood something terrifying about human psychology. People will ignore obvious lies if the truth is too embarrassing to admit. This is the psychological breakdown of Victor Lustig, the man who sold the Eiffel Tower not once, but twice. Victor Lustig wasn't a thief in the traditional sense. He didn't use guns. He didn't break into vaults. He used status. Lustig understood that wealthy people often fear one thing more than losing money: looking foolish. When he read a newspaper article discussing the enormous maintenance costs of the Eiffel Tower, he saw an opportunity. He forged official government documents and invited several scrap metal dealers to a luxury hotel in Paris. There he posed as a senior government official. Everything was carefully staged: the expensive hotel, the official-looking paperwork, the private meetings, the secrecy. Every detail sent the same psychological message: this man has power. Among the businessmen was a dealer named André Poisson. Poisson desperately wanted to prove himself among Paris's elite businessmen. Lustig noticed this immediately. He didn't target the richest man. He targeted the man most eager to belong. Then he introduced a second layer of manipulation: corruption. Lustig hinted that government officials sometimes expected personal payments to secure contracts. To Poisson, this made the entire situation feel even more authentic. After all, corruption felt realistic, and realistic lies are the hardest lies to detect. Poisson paid. Lustig disappeared. When Poisson finally realized he had been conned, he faced a painful choice: report the crime or stay silent. Reporting it would mean admitting to friends, family, and competitors that he had purchased one of the most famous landmarks in the world. He chose silence, and that decision shocked even Lustig. If the victim was too embarrassed to report the scam, there was nothing stopping him from doing it again. Weeks later, Lustig returned to Paris. He forged a new set of documents, contacted a new group of businessmen, and attempted to sell the Eiffel Tower a second time. This time, authorities became suspicious, and Lustig fled the country before he could complete the deal. But the damage had already been done. Victor Lustig had exposed a weakness that still exists today. People don't just buy products, they buy stories. And when a story flatters our ambitions, confirms our desires, or promises access to status, our skepticism disappears. Victor Lustig didn't sell metal. He sold a fantasy. And for one brief moment, an intelligent businessman wanted that fantasy to be true more than he wanted the truth itself.